Welcome. Today, we are going to generate MATLAB code to find the first 10 pairs of amicable numbers. Now, what are amicable numbers? To understand amicable numbers, we first need to understand what a proper divisor of a number is. A proper divisor is a positive divisor of a number, excluding the number itself. For example, 1, 2, and 3 are proper divisors of 6, but 6 itself is not. The sum of such divisors is called the sum of proper divisors. For example, the sum of the proper divisors of 6 is 1 plus 2 plus 3, which equals 6. Amicable numbers are two distinct positive integers where each number is the sum of the proper divisors of the other. First, we will create two user-defined functions. In our previous video, we learned how to define such functions. The first function, find_divisors, finds the divisors of a positive integer. The second function calculates the sum of proper divisors by adding all the divisors and subtracting the integer itself. As we learned in the previous lesson, in a script file, the function must be placed at the end of the file. Now, let's create the main body of the program that will generate amicable numbers. The fprintf function is used to display data inside the double quotation marks on the screen, and \n is a control character that starts a new line. In this case, two \n characters will create two empty lines in the output. We need 10 pairs of amicable numbers, so we create a variable called count and set it to 1. After finding each pair, the value of count will be incremented by 1. Next, we use a for loop where we set the number of iterations to a large value, as we don't know the exact size of all 10 amicable numbers. After each iteration of the for loop, it will check whether the current number, num, is part of an amicable pair. In the first statement of the loop, we declare a variable named s, which stores the sum of the proper divisors of the number num. In the second and third statements, we use an if condition to check if the sum of proper divisors, s, is greater than the number num. If it is, we calculate the sum of the proper divisors of s, store it in S1, and proceed. The reason for this check is that, for example, 220 and 284 are amicable numbers. When num is 220, its sum of proper divisors s is 284. The code will then check whether 220 and 284 are amicable numbers. If they are, the pair is printed on the output screen. Later, when num is 284, its sum of proper divisors is 220, and we don't need to check this pair again. We use another if condition to check whether num is the sum of the proper divisors of s, which is the sum of the proper divisors of num. If it is, we have found a pair of amicable numbers, and they will be printed. The %10d format specifies that the output is an integer with a field width of 10 digits. The value of count is then incremented by 1. Afterward, we check if count is greater than 10. If it isn't, the for loop continues. Otherwise, the loop terminates. Through these iterations, we will find and display the 10 pairs of amicable numbers. Always remember to terminate the declared function, as well as the for and if statements with the end statement. Now let's run the code.